This is a memo that just came out from the Trump transition team. A transition team is the team that helps an incoming president get ready to become the real president. And Trump has been publishing many of these memos recently, and this one I thought was really interesting. That's why I wanted to read it with you guys today. So, Trump-Vance transition, November 12th, 2024. Statement from President Donald J. Trump. I am pleased to announce that the great Elon Musk, that's interesting how he capitalizes great, working in conjunction with the American patriot Vivek Ramaswamy, will lead the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. Okay, think about this for a second. DOGE, what you might know from the meme coin DOGE, which originally came from a popular internet meme, which that in turn came from the Japanese Shiba-ken, which was a popular meme around the early 2000s. This meme is now going to be officially part of the American government. The meme coin and the meme itself of the Japanese dog is now part of an official American agency. It's really amazing to think about this. Together, these two wonderful Americans will pave the way for my administration to dismantle government bureaucracy. And that's also, again, he's capitalizing both words of government and bureaucracy. This is usually not done in English, but he's really trying to emphasize something here. We will slash excess regulations, cut wasteful expenditures. The use of words here is also interesting. He's saying excess regulations and wasteful expenditures. There's always the fear that if somebody goes in and starts cutting everything, that they might cut good things too. So he's really trying to emphasize he's going to slash the excess, the extra, the not needed parts, and the wasteful parts are going to be cut. And then restructure federal agencies. This is essential to the Save America movement. And then there's a quote. This will send shockwaves through the system and anyone involved in government waste, which is a lot of people, exclamation. Oh, that's a quote from Elon Musk. And I just wanted to show you some context here about why this isn't so important and why Americans are actually asking for this. This is a news report from yesterday on an American mainstream news outlet, CNBC, and just reading some of the headlines here. In the U.S., spending on interest cost, the interest on our debt for the month of October, were $82 billion. The U.S. spent $82 billion on interest costs in October, which is $7 billion less than the same month a year ago. Okay, so we're spending $7 billion less than 1 year ago, but still $82 billion. If last year it was $89 billion, this is still an astronomical amount of money to be spent only on the interest on our debt. So all the tax money that every citizen is paying that you think might be going to fund important functions of the government or services that people need, it's actually being wasted on interest payments. And this is why maybe so many people voted for Trump and are voting for this vision of cutting government waste. And just to continue on this idea, this comes from the American U.S. Treasury. So these are the official numbers from the government. And you can see on the left here, this is how many trillions of dollars in debt the government is. That's why they're negative numbers. And the red is our debt. But each of the presidents just made the debt balloon and balloon and balloon. Especially under Obama, which coincides with the financial crisis, Lehman shock, where lots of money was printed and the debt was increased to make the economy recover. And then Trump's first term, he also increased the debt. And then around here where COVID happened, the government spent tons of money to try to stimulate the economy. If this debt continues at this rate, like America will be bankrupt. That's why it's extremely important that we reduce this. Otherwise, we won't be able to do anything anymore. Back to here. Politicians have dreamed about the objectives of DOGE for a very long time. This is true. To drive this kind of drastic change, the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, will provide advice and guidance from outside of government. Okay, so I didn't know this part, but this is actually, DOGE will not be a new government agency. It will actually be an independent organization that'll exist outside of the government. And then I'm not sure how it works, let's see. And will partner with the White House and Office of Management and Budget to drive large-scale structural reform. Okay, so they're going to be an independent agency outside of the government that will partner with the government about how to do reform. And create an entrepreneurial approach to government never seen before. Okay, I love this. Why is Trump using the word entrepreneurial here? This word has kind of special meaning in America. We consider most of ourselves as sort of entrepreneurs, and even our country is like a startup country. And so what this means for us is that we want to be innovative, we want to be creative, we want to take risks, we want to identify some need and then try to fill it in the most innovative new way. We want to take risks and try new things and have courage to fail and try harder and just have a mindset that we can do it. That's why I actually really love to see this word being used on a government memo. This is usually not how governments think, at least in America. I look forward to Elon and Vivek making changes to the federal bureaucracy with an eye on efficiency and, at the same time, making life better for all Americans. This is also important to emphasize that Trump is saying all Americans. There's often a dynamic in America where our elections are often very close and half the country feels like the current president doesn't represent me. So it's often important for the president to encourage everybody and try to emphasize that, no, I'm going to help everybody, even if you didn't vote for me. I'm going to be the leader for everyone. So that's nice to put that in there. Importantly, we will drive out the massive waste and fraud which exists throughout our annual $6.5 trillion of government spending. They will work together, they is Elon and Vivek, to liberate our economy. He's using the word liberate here too. It's almost like our economy is being held down by all these little expenses that add up to a lot and that now we're unable to move. So he's going to free the economy from this burden and make the U.S. government accountable to we the people. And in case this reference isn't clear to you, our American Constitution on the front page at the top of the heading, it says, we the people. And everything written underneath it is like an expression of what the public thinks, of the American people think. That our government is supposed to be a government of our people. It's supposed to be from the bottom up. So we the people, he's emphasizing that. Their work will conclude no later than the 4th of July, 2026. Elon and Vivek's work, they should finish with all the cutting by the 4th of July, 2026. Now, what is the 4th of July, 2026? This would be the founding of America's 250th birthday. So this is kind of a symbolic gesture that the 4th of July, which is our American holiday, and 2026 is the 250th one. So Trump wants this to be done by that day. I actually just saw a tweet, I can't find it right now, where Elon said actually he'll be finished way before that. So that's cool. A smaller government with more efficiency and less bureaucracy will be the perfect gift to America on its 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. I am confident that we will succeed. So that's the memo from the Trump and Vance transition team about the creation of DOGE. Just to add a few pieces of context here, checking in on Twitter, also known as X, the Department of Government Efficiency now has an official X account, and the handle is @Doge. And their very first tweet here is, working overtime to ensure your tax dollars will be spent wisely. And I think this is another added piece that's very important. Elon writes, all actions of the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, will be posted online for maximum transparency. Anytime the public thinks we are cutting something important or not cutting something wasteful, just let us know. So Elon's telling everybody, we're going to tell you everything that we're going to cut. And if you think we cut something that actually is essential, just tell us. And maybe we can put it back. And if you think there's something we should be cutting, but we're not, just let us know. And Elon's helping us be involved in this. We can actually participate as American citizens in these decisions, which is how our country was set up in the very beginning. Elon continues, we will also have a leaderboard for the most insanely dumb spending of your tax dollars. So this is going to be like a video game leaderboard where you can see all the places where the government was wasting your money, and you can see what were the most dumbest ones. This actually, I really want to see. This will be both extremely tragic and extremely entertaining. This is a typical kind of Elon sentence where things are kind of ironic and funny and tragic at the same time. Okay, and then something else I wanted to show you is Elon continues to add more context to the Doge. Incentives matter. There should be rewards for wise spending. But those who waste taxpayer funds cannot be allowed to keep doing so without consequence. This is a famous quote from a famous American investor who worked with Warren Buffett named Charlie Munger. Show me the incentive, and I'll show you the outcome. Behaviors of people and organizations are basically controlled by incentive structures. And this is what Elon is trying to emphasize here, that incentives matter. And right now in our government, there's really no reward to use money wisely because there's not really any reward for that. So why would they bother? It's hard to be efficient. So why do it? And also, if you wasted money as a government agency or person, there's not really any consequence. You won't get fired, you won't get yelled at, and no one will even really know. So there's no incentive structure to either be efficient or to not be wasteful. So Elon is saying, like, we have to set up this incentive structure to try to prevent this from ever happening again. And one final tweet I have for you here, Vivek, who is joining with Elon in this Doge agency, simply says, we will not go gently. So that's what I have for you today. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you want to hear more of these kind of videos where I sort of read or explain what's happening in America and American politics and with Elon Musk. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.